What is up, guys? It's the Sound Alchemist, and I'm here with
Gersh1.
And today we're going to be talking and answering about your questions in another episode of For the Greater
WAAAGH. This is a video series where we answer the questions left by you, the viewer. If you have a question for us, comment down below. Put a question in front of your question because we get to those questions first. Now, before we begin, we have a nurgling in the room. I was going to say studio, but this is just a room. So if you hear anything, it is that. A nurgling. So, this question comes from Dan Solo. He asks, do the Tau Empire put multiple races into a single squad, such as Guevesa and Tau Fire Warriors teaming up in one unit?
As far as I know, they kind of split them by faction, so obviously all the Guevesa would be in one unit, all the Tau in another one, Vespids in another. But I have heard instances of like the commanding officer might be like of a high-ranking Fire Warrior from the Tau. So that might be the only mixing and mingling, but usually they don't, just because they know that certain races don't tend to get along with other races, especially after the 5th Sphere expansion that made the Tau basically go crazy, the ones that were lost in the warp. They actually began an insurrection, and a civil war almost started between them and the Kroot. So yeah, they try not to mix and mingle.
With the new information, or with the new lore that's coming out for the psychic disciplines, or not, they're not even disciplines anymore, right? They're just like new rules for the psychic stuff. I think that GW has an opportunity to really play with that whole dynamic of the Tau as a collective saying, hey, for the greater good, maybe it's not okay to have these psychically powerful people within our empire that could at any moment be possessed by a warp entity and then kill us all. So GW has a huge opportunity to do a series, really good narrative series, explaining why the division within the Tau caste system is the way that it is, in a way that it's politically driven, and it sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, air caste, stay with the air caste. The fire cast has to be warriors, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Another thing, too, I was going to mention, check out our 40 facts on Guevesas, or humans in the Tau Empire, and that's going to kind of show you that even though when we look at the different races within Warhammer 40K, it seems like they are just like bunched together. Like you think of the Tau Empire and it's like supposed to be the smallest of the empires. In reality, there's hundreds of sept worlds, and those sept worlds sometimes don't even interact with like the different spheres, and the closer you get to a Guevesa world, the less likely that there will be like just regular Tau. They're just called Tau, right?
Yeah,
the Tau species within like human species. So yeah, keep that in mind. It would be cool though if GW in the future comes out with a cool kill team, where you can have some Guevesas, you can have some Fire Warriors, you can have some Kroot. Right now, you can only do Vespids, Kroot, and...
well, if you use the expansions, you can also use, like, battle suits and stuff.
Oh, yeah. But it's all still, like, there's no...
Yeah, it's pretty much all Tau.
Yeah. Good question, though. Next question comes from Oscar NG. He asks, if the Tyranids/demons overrun the galaxy, would all the reasonable factions, such as the Imperium, Eldar, Tau, etc., join forces to escape like the old ones did, or would they die fighting? I think the Imperium would die fighting. The Eldar and the Tau I could see just trying to leave or trying to escape.
Yeah, I think they value their longevity more so than the Imperium, because they're like, I'm going to die for the Emperor, I'm going to go down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah. And them teaming up is not uncommon. It happened during High Fleet Behemoth or Kraken.
One of those two, yeah.
Or maybe even both. Because Tyranids are pretty devastating, and with the whole opening of the warp Maelstrom, I think, whatever it's called.
The tear that split it in half.
Yeah, we saw the Harlequins, Craft World, and the Imperium all join together. So yeah, there does seem to be like an order of good, and then an order of chaos, and then an order of destruction, just like Age of Sigmar.
Yeah, there's 4 orders, isn't it?
Yeah, 4. It's destruction, chaos,
like undead or something like that.
Oh, yeah. Which brings me to another point, since we're talking kind of about the old ones, how, if you don't know, back in the day, like 60 million years ago, the Necrons and this race called the Old Ones fought each other, and then the Necrons were almost defeated by the Old Ones, but then the Old Ones' psychic abilities basically caused a plague of enslavers. Check out our 40 facts on the enslavers, or 40 facts on the Old Ones, or 40 facts on the Necrons, any one of those videos, and it'll explain more. But since we're talking about that, the new models for Age of Sigmar, the ones that kind of look like Egyptian...
Oh, those, yeah.
Yeah, like from Xenos.
Ossiarch something? Yeah.
If GW would have said, this is the Silent King, and he's coming back, that would have been awesome. Mm-hmm. I think they missed out on the opportunity to bring back the Silent King as an actual model for the Necrons by introducing that really badass character.
Yeah, he looks really cool. And like his whole box comes with like 3 or 4 models in there.
Yeah, which is perfect too, because it's like the Silent King and then his 2...
The speakers, basically.
Yeah, because that's the whole lore of the Silent King. I don't know if we've done a 40 facts on the Silent King, but we will soon. If we have, we'll probably redo it. But yeah, that model looked amazing. This is the second time that I feel like GW was like teasing the 40K fans a little bit by introducing something in Age of Sigmar. They probably do it so that people play Age of Sigmar, which coincidentally our group is now talking about playing Age of Sigmar, because of all these cool new models with like Warcry and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, it's the only game, I guess, that I know of that has an aquatic race.
Yeah. Come
on, 40K, get with it. You can go into space, but you can't go into the water.
Yeah. Submersibles will be awesome in 40K. Having Forge World. Next question.
This one's by Herr Springstoff. When the Emperor dies, his soul or the believing of humanity will make him become a new Chaos God. How mighty will he be? Will he be as strong as the other gods, or basically a smurf compared to the 4 Chaos Gods? He's definitely going to be up there in terms of power, just because even now, a lot of times he gets compared to the Chaos Gods, and he's not a god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if he does ever become a god, he's definitely going to be up there in terms of power. So.
Do you think he'll be stronger than Caleb Menchikane?
Yes. Because, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was shattered, right?
Yeah.
Because like now doing the lore on the ancient Eldar gods, it kind of made me... I talk about it during the Isha, 40 facts on Isha. I talk about how Isha is basically, or could have been, an old one that became a god, just like the Emperor is a guy who now might be becoming a god of order. And the strength level, if they do make the Emperor as strong as the 4 Chaos Gods, I'll be interested to know like why. Like are there just more humans than Eldar back in the day, or what's going on with that? Because like the Eldar were psychically more powerful than humans, and yet, you know, Isha was almost consumed by Slaanesh.
Well, and she's being captive by Nurgle.
Yeah, so she's not as strong as most people think. Speaking about souls and chaos and all that good stuff, Random Clip asks, who has more powerful soul, Kroot or the Tau?
I'd say Kroot, probably.
Yeah, I would agree. There's nothing in the lore that says that the Kroot are psychically powerful. They're, I feel like they're more like, they're a race that just evolution did something for them. Whereas it seems that all the other races in 40K were somehow pushed by the old ones to be created. Like humans, there's the Golden Throne might actually be old one technology. We know that the Eldar, the Orcs were created by the old ones, and there is hints that the Tau might have been created by the Eldar. Mm-hmm. But the Kroot, no, just evolution.
That's just natural selection at its finest.
There you go. Natural selection, that's what I was looking for.
This one's by Defool06. Do the Eldar, the Tau, and the Orcs happen to wear any underwear?
The Orcs do, because I've painted it before.
I feel like no matter what, you're always going to have to wear some type of underwear that goes underneath your normal clothing or armor. Because if you're just putting armor on your body, there's gonna be a lot of chafing and skin brushing up on skin. That's not comfortable.
Yeah, think about it. If a weird boy comes up to 30 boys and does the jump, all that chafing during the teleportation between one spot to the spot where you're about to destroy your enemy must bring a lot of chafing. I wonder if that chafing produces spores. Maybe if they do it hard enough and fast enough.
Like a cheese grater.
Next question.
This one's by Rodney Stillwell. OMG, it's your boy Lugs.
Yeah.
I can't believe you had an army shirt on, but you need to get a Marine Corps t-shirt to get with the program. Anyway, how are you guys doing? I'm doing good for an old guy. By the way, I also got those models that I won from you guys finally painted and done. My son, wife, and I have been now playing.
Sweet, man. Are you on Instagram? Because if you are, I would love to see them.
Yeah, send a pic of those awesome painted minis.
Yes, and it's good to hear from you. I haven't heard from you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. A hot one.
A hot one.
Just like it's been a hot girl summer.
It's over now.
It is. Now it's spooky time.
Was that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Next question comes from Axis of Evil. Do you think we'll ever get Sensei model factions? No, the Sensei were retconned. Is it retconned or retcon? Is it R-E-T or R-E-D?
It's R-E-T.
Oh, R-E-T. Retcon, then. So they are not a thing anymore. For all those that don't know, the Sensei used to be the children of the Emperor, and it was believed by some inquisitorial faction that if you gather all of the Sensei, you sacrifice them, you could actually bring back the Emperor in the form of the Star Child. And it was just I think it was a book.
Yeah, or something like that.
But it was before, like, we started playing, so... And then we'll answer this question by The Raw. He asks, what is your end credit music called and who is it by? It is by this, it's a very good friend of us, of me, I guess. His name is Municipal Vice, link down in description. His SoundCloud is just full of really good music, so just check it out. And then last question, what do you got?
This one is by Azzy Forbes. Which Primarch would win a Royal Rumble? If you're talking about wrestling, who would be the best wrestler?
I was gonna say, because I think Lehman Russ is always like a good go-to guy, but he did get punched out by the Lion.
Yeah.
So maybe not so much.
I was gonna say Dorn.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good at defenses and stuff like that. He's not gonna fall out of the ring.
Yeah. If that is true, then Magnus and Sanguinius have a huge advantage because Magnus can just float and Sanguinius can fly. So if you don't include that and you just include a death match, Vulcan is a perpetual, so you can't kill him.
Right.
So he automatically wins by default. So yeah. Those were the questions for today. If you guys have more questions for us, comment down below. We enjoy answering these questions, so just keep asking them. If we didn't get to your question, ask again or ask in any of the other 40 Facts videos. We try to stay active on those videos in the comment section.
As always, I'm the Sound Alchemist.
Gershwin.
We are out.
Always used to put my freedom first, and then